keep going.
And the Lord thy God will put all these curses
Where?
upon thy enemies.
Who's our enemies? Everybody, man. Everybody had a crafty counsel against us so that we can forget who we are, so we can be far from the Most High, so that they can continue to be over us. So once we come back to the Most High, He's going to lift these curses off of us. He's going to put them upon our enemies. Guess what? They going to have our last names, right? They going to live in the ghetto, man. They going to be on welfare in Section 8, man. These curses going to be upon our enemies. They kids going to get shot on a bike with a straight bullet in the neighborhood, man. Right?
Yeah, these heathens do is dirty. First in these curses, Deuteronomy and 30. Follow God's law, your house child, my attorney. Regardless the outcome, Esau, you gotta serve me. Yeah. All praises being woke, not unconscious. These weak niggas comfortable being content. I'd rather die for this truth and be honored. Ride to the end and we ain't taking a charagma. Yeah, Israelites in Deuteronomy and 28. Going through these curses. You ain't part of 12 tribe of Israel, then you can't relate. Going through these curses. Took the Most High when you listen.
2 Ezra 9 and 11. And they that have loathed my law,
those who have loathed the law of God, right? Those who didn't care about the law of God, right? Everybody swear they know God, man. You Christians, you Muslims, right? You Catholicists, y'all swear y'all know God, man. Right, but those who loathe my law, those who loathe God's law, what?
While they had yet liberty.
Hey, you Negroes and Latinos, man, y'all got liberty to turn back to the Most High, King. You know what I mean? You the best people on this earth. Why? Because you God's chosen people.
Right.
I mean, but y'all rather walk away from that, King. Who really want to talk about God? You want to talk about God, King?
I mean, I don't believe Bull, but you know, there's something up there.
You don't believe what?
God, but I know there's something up there.
What's up there, then? A creator?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you think about it, the universe really, people,
Yeah,
all
makes sense.
these galaxies and such.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you know, it take time, bro. And what a lot of people think, I'm like, oh, there's a God that's in the third. I'm like, yeah, that's your thinking though. You know what I'm saying?
So what you think? What you think created the birds to be able to eat seeds and get fed without a person feeding them? What created a man and a woman to be able to have an opposite sex to where they can create a child, right, and not need a third party to be able to nourish and raise that child?
Right. I mean, for me, I ain't gonna say God, but like I said, other beings, something. You know what I'm saying? We on this earth for something. You know, we molded from something. We sculpted in somebody's image. You feel me?
Yeah. Let me get my brother.
You know, and it's like, that's like how you said, like how birds, like that same with animals, pigs, deer, goats, everything. Something made it. I don't know who, but hey, I'm glad I'm here. You know.
Yeah, who created a porcupine to have a body so where it can self-defense itself?
Who created an armadillo with a hard shell?
Yeah, I mean, who did that? So that there's a predator and a prey. And
I mean, well, because I usually when I come from my job, I see y'all talking. So what do y'all? So I mean, what do y'all believe it does?
We believe in the Most High God. Let me show you. Let me get this. Let me show you, because the Christian church ain't teaching us this.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the Christian church is not teaching the Bible. They're not teaching about God, right? They're teaching how to get rich, right?
Okay. I mean, well, that's money though. That's what money do to people.
Yeah,
that's greed. That's something
that, So how would our slave master teach us who he is, right? Bring that out. 1 and 14.
Revelation 1 and 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Right. This is who the world calls Jesus Christ. His head and his hairs were white like wool. Who got woolly hair?
That's really
So-called Negroes, right? They got woolly hair, right? Keep going.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
His eyes was a flame of fire. Keep going.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
What's the color of brass?
Brown, really.
Brown, right?
Yeah.
Keep going.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So what happens when you put a penny in the fire?
It start to burn, really.
And what color you get after that?
You get bronze, brother.
You get black, right? When you say something about the fire, that thing be more.
You get something burnt.
Yeah, you get a dark color, a dark brown. Okay. Right. So according to the Bible, keep going.
And his voice as the sound of many waters.
Who the loudest people on this earth when they talk?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, right. What Christ looking like right here?
I'm different, really.
Right, he looking like a so-called black man, right?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I knew that. I'm like, all right,
okay.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Cause that be killing me. I'm like, wait, that's your person that y'all view as?
That the white people, you know
Like
what I
that's
mean?
y'all shit that y'all view as that somebody written in? Like y'all literally, they literally photoshopped that dude on there, bro. And I'm like, this ain't something I believe in.
This-
I'm not, cause me, I'm Muslim, but it's like, I'm like, okay, I understand that, all that there. And I'm like, still, I know something out there. You feel me?
So what made you be Muslim?
I mean,
You don't believe in a God because you gotta believe that there's a God if you're Muslim.
true, but I mean, I've raised for my family. Took my Shahada in 06. So, I'm still like, I'm like, all right, I know you out there. You ain't showing me nothing. I'm doing everything I can by myself. Like, you breathing life into me day by day. But I'm like, all right, I'm still toiling. You know what I'm saying?
Is it because you can't see nothing?
Basically.
Well, you see the air's blowing, right?
Yeah.
We can't see
See,
the
all
air.
right, yeah.
You know, frequencies, when we call somebody, we can't see the
You can't
frequency,
see the radio
but we
frequency.
know it's there.
There's a power.
It's a power.
It's a power. That window blow your house down, and you can't see that thing, right? So just because we can't see it, don't mean that it ain't there,
Right.
But let me show you something, because you said you believe in
All the
you follow Islam. This is what your family raised you in. But I just want you to understand something. Let me get this 240.
This is Surah 2.
Take your time.
Surah 2 and 40. O children of Israel.
But this is Quran talking about children of Israel.
Yeah.
What children do the Arabs come from?
Saudis. I get what you mean.
But who are they from though? What children? Is it Israelites? Or they Ishmaelites? Ishmael. They come from Ishmael, right? Keep going. So he's talking now to the children of Israel. This is Allah. Let's see what he said.
O children of Israel, remember my blessing,
All right. So he's saying to remember. Should we forget it? No, he's saying to remember it, right? Keep going.
which I bestowed upon you.
Right. Remember this blessing that he bestowed upon the Israelites.
Right.
If he bestowed it upon all men, it would say
It
that.
would say that. Yeah.
Right? Keep, all praises. Keep going.
And fulfill the covenant you made with me.
Right? We made our forefathers. Your forefathers made a covenant with Allah or the Most High God, because Allah is a Hebrew word that means God. Right? But God has a name, because you wouldn't call your son. Right? You wouldn't call your mom. Your mom has a name. Yeah. Right. So keep going.
It says, I shall fulfill the covenant I made with you,
Right.
and me alone you should hold in awe.
Right. So we made a covenant with the Most High. He made a covenant with us. That's a contract.
Right.
And there's things that came within that contract. Right. So where do we find this?
I mean, that one I'm not sure of. No.
So-
Everybody got they, as y'all said, contract. Everybody got that.
Well,
But it
your
take that-
forefathers made a contract.
Yeah.
Whether or not you want to be a part of that contract, you're living in this contract.
Yeah.
Right? Now, let me show you something. You know what? Go to Deuteronomy 28. Let me show you something. Let me get 28 and 1. Let me show you what this contract consists of, all right?
Sure.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
So if we listen to God to do what?
to observe to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day.
His commandments is don't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Don't have sex with another man's wife. Don't kill your brother. Don't steal from your brother. Don't lie. Don't covet what another man has. Right? These are the laws. It's not hard to do.
Yeah, no, that's stuff that you live by. That's stuff you're supposed to live by. Though.
It's just a moral way of living. Right? Keep going.
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high
Right? He's going to set us on high. What?
above all nations of the earth.
So if the white man was above all nations on the earth, what would that be considered?
Higher power, really.
Well, that would be like white supremacy, right? So God is saying, if you listen to do my commandments, I'm gonna put you a high. I'm gonna make you supreme on this earth, above all nations on this earth, right? So we see what He gonna do for us if we listen. Let's see what happens if we don't. And ain't none of us listening. Go to 15.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken
If we don't listen, right?
unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
This is the contract that we in.
to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right? So if we don't listen, now we're gonna be living in curses. So either we got blessings or curses before us. Right? We listen or we don't, this is what's gonna happen. This is the repercussions.
I mean, it's fortune and misfortune, but I understand what you mean.
right? But it's just like America, right? We got no argument when we break their laws and go to jail for breaking their laws, right? So when it comes to the Most High God, man, he shouldn't be working like that.
No, I believe it should.
It's just for him to do this, right? Now drop down to 45. Go ahead, you bring that out.
Verse 16. Curse shalt thou be in the city.
Who's cursing the city? Negroes and Latinos, right? You got the blacks here in America. You got Hispanics. You go to Kensington. You see Puerto Ricans out there running wild. You go to California, New Mexico. You got the MS-13 over there that'll be sitting in your living room holding your baby, talking about you guys next week to pay up that money, right? And they kill each other more over there than every other nation. You got Colombia, Cuba, Puerto Rico, right? Dominican Republic. You got Haiti. You got the Jamaicans. Right? It ain't just us that's going through it. As a body, this is the 12 tribes of Israel. These are the ones going through these curses. Keep going.
Right. And curse shall thou be in the field.
So we're going to be cursing the city and cursing the field. What was we doing in the field?
Oh, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we was picking cotton. Your forefathers picking cotton. Our forefathers and mothers picking sugar cane.
Yeah.
Right? Tobacco.
Yeah.
You see that? Most High God said this was going to happen to you if you don't listen. Jump down to 45.
Verse 45.
This is the contract, King. It's living. It's alive. Like this is real life that's happening to us today. Go ahead.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
Keep going.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he command thee. And they shall be upon thee.
These curses are going to be upon us
for a sign
for a sign
and a wonder.
How do we know that we on 15th and Market?
I wondered that.
Well, it's a sign. It's a sign, right? How we know that Citizens Bank? Because it's a sign that's telling us that. So these curses is going to be a sign to let us know who these Israelites are. Why? Because we're calling ourselves black. We're calling ourselves Hispanic. You know what? Keep going. Finish that out.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder upon thy seed forever.
So we're going to be wondering why we going through the shit we're going through. Right? Why is always a shooting on my block? Why it don't happen in the East Indian block? Why it don't happen to the Chinese? Why it don't happen to the white man? Why they ripping our mothers and sisters out the cars and taking their car? Right? Why are children getting hit with straight bullets on bikes, man? Right? Right? These other nations, they build a fortune for them. They got a whole establishment for them when they get older. Let me get Jeremiah 17:4. Watch this. Because we got to remember, you know what I mean? It said that these are going to be a sign upon us and our seed forever. Why?
This is Jeremiah 17:4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee.
So God is talking to the Israelites. He said, thou, even thyself, is going to discontinue from our heritage, which that our customs, our land, right? Everything that we knew about our history, we're going to discontinue from that. So that means we're not going to know who we are. We ain't going to know where we came from. Because I ask you where you come from, you might say Africa, right? But there's 54 countries in Africa.
Yeah.
So what part of Africa? Everybody
Everybody
came
would
from
say Africa, but not nobody would say, okay, Africa but Sudan or Africa but
Yeah, exactly. Because you don't know, because they deleted your history. Right? Now, that's all due to these curses of the Most High God, right? Now go back to Deuteronomy 28, and we're gonna go to 49.
37.
Go ahead, you can read 37 again. Because this is all also a curse, right? Go ahead.
First, it's Deuteronomy 28 and 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
Right, we're gonna be like in a wow, right? Why they astonished? They fear us, right? Right? And we do everything better. We jump high, we run fast, everything we do. Right? We make the best food, we make the best music. We are the supreme beings on this earth, man. Right? But we in the bottom of every community. Why? Because of these curses. Go ahead.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword.
Right, we want to be a proverb and a byword. What's that? Black, Negro, colored, African American, Afro American. You see how many names they done gave you people? Right, jump down to 48.
Verse 48.
49, I think. Oh. A sign and a wonder, then the next one. Yeah, 48.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
Because we didn't want to serve God with joyfulness and gladness of heart, right? It's gonna be, these curses are going to be a sign and a wonder for us, right? We're going to wonder why we're going through this shit, and now we're going to be serving our enemies. Who do we serve here in America?
I mean, be real, white people.
White people.
Right.
Right? But we're going to see what else. Keep going.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
God sent them against us. They the weakest people on this earth. How did they conquer us?
let's be real here. Between war, basically sickness, and literally, what else?
It's just a lot of shit. Slavery, bringing us over.
Like on the pictures over there, y'all got over there, on the boats and shit, slave ships,
Right?
all that shit. It's fucked up.
It's fucked up. We
It's
see
fucked
who
up.
our enemy is.
See, that's the thing that killed me. We see who it is, but we fight with each other.
Fight each other.
Right.
That's the
That's the
whole
whole
purpose,
purpose.
man.
But how were they allowed to take us? We were strong over there.
Yeah, we were strong. Yeah, we were strong as
We were the fastest,
Yeah.
ran the best over there and everything.
Ultimately,
so how did they take
The
over us?
key point is because
The Lord
said,
sent them against us.
Yeah.
So they was going to conquer us, right? Keep going.
It says, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
Right.
In hunger.
Right? Who we got to go to for food?
White people.
We're at Whole Foods, ShopRite, Walmart,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's white people, right? They're the same people that's our enemies who we serving here. Keep going.
And in thirst.
You know that it's illegal in some states to collect rainwater? It's a federal crime. And we can't even
crazy.
collect our own rainwater.
That's wild.
Right,
I
so-
don't understand why that is a crime.
Why? Because we had to serve our enemies in hunger and thirst, right? Right, and go ahead.
And in nakedness.
Who we go to when we get our H&M, we go to anywhere we go to, it's all who?
White people.
White people, right? Keep going.
And in want of all
If
things.
you want to drive, if you want to drive, you need permission, right? If you want to hunt, you need permission. If you want to carry a gun, you need permission, man. Right?
Leave this country.
Yeah.
need permission.
You need permission from who?
White people.
White man, right?
Right.
Keep going.
And in want of all things.
Keep going.
And he shall put a yoke of iron
Right, who?
upon thy neck.
What's a yoke of iron?
I don't know.
When slavery, we had that yoke, that iron chain around, that iron yoke on our necks. What they even call it, that's where the song Jingle Bells come from. Because the running with slaves was trying to run, they put bells on their yokes of iron so they could hear them when they running. Right? Who put yokes of iron on their neck? The white man, he did that in the slave ships,
They did that in the ships. They did that on their plantations. They did that in their houses. They
right?
did that. I know.
They put yokes of iron on our neck, right?
Until he have destroyed thee.
This is the contract that we in, bro. Right? This is what we go through as a people. Wonder why we go through this shit, right? Keep going.
It says, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
Right? We was over here in the Americas. The Native Indians was minding their business, man. Here go Christopher Columbus stealing shit, and he gonna say he conquered it. Or what he say? He discovered it. He discovered America.
Even though he messed
Discovered this car.
Right? I discovered these
Discovered
people,
another
so they mine now, right? And guess what? They came from the European, the Caucasus Mountains, went over to the western shores of Africa, and brought you over here to the Americas. You came from afar too. They stole your ancestors, right? Keep going.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from one end of the earth, as swift as an eagle flieth.
And what's ironic is, what's the bird that they idolize? The eagle. Why? Because that's a predatory bird, right? But guess what? You a lion, man.
Right.
The Most High, you probably from the tribe of Judah. You so-called black man, right? Jamaican, Haitian, or African American?
African American.
All right, you from the tribe of Judah, man.
Right.
You are a lion.
African American and Pacific Islander.
Yeah.
I don't see it on their Pacific Island as well. Yeah. But I get you.
Come, keep going.
It says, as swift as an eagle flieth,
Right.
a nation whose tongue thou shalt not
He
understand.
wasn't speaking English,
No, he wasn't.
right? They forced that language on you, and now that's your language,
yeah.
right? And guess what? That was the British that came and enslaved y'all. The Spaniards came and enslaved the Native Indians, right? And they forced that Spanish on
Well, if you
us.
think of that, Native Americans, they did that too. They also did that to the Mexicans. They also did that to the Aztecs.
You know what I'm saying?
And the Jamaicans and the Haitians, guess what? That was the French, right? Now they got French last names and they speak Portuguese, right? This is a tongue that we didn't understand,
Right.
right? Keep going.
It says, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard persons of the old, nor show favor to the young.
Right, because they cut babies out of our womb, out of the mother's stomachs, and slammed the babies on rocks. Yeah, I mean, they didn't care who we were. They was
They
older
wanted to
people.
cancel the generation before the generation even
Yeah,
started.
exactly. Right, drop down to 54. Because you said we know who the enemy is, but we decide to kill each other. Right? Why is that? Right? This is, I wonder why. Right? Bring it out.
Verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you,
Right? Following these commandments, we'll be tender to each other. We won't have sex with each other's wives. If I see you day in and out, I got to come and get you up. Yeah, I mean, this is how we supposed to love each other, man. right? We used to be tender among each other, right? How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
29.
29. So back in the day, which was you in your grandmother's house most of the time? Yeah, that's all of us, man. Mom Dukes dropped us off, and Pop wasn't around. Mom Dukes dropped us off so she could work and go party and all that, right? And we in grandma's house. Grandma left the door unlocked.
No, never.
She ain't never leave the door unlocked?
Never.
Where you from? What part of Philly?
I'm from North, bro.
Yeah, that's why.
From North Philly?
Never.
North Philly?
North Philly.
Yeah.
It used to be more ed.
Count.
It's a little bit before his time. In my time, that's when we left the
Right,
door.
when I was, I'm 33,
My
right?
grandma used to leave the door.
So when I was a kid, Marcus, she used to play football on the block with the kids and shit like that. She would leave the door open for them to come get some iced tea and shit like that, right?
Yeah, oh no, she knew the kids. She knew all of them.
And they was allowed to come in and get something to eat and all that. That was love. We kept going through. You don't see that happening no more,
No, not anymore,
right?
no.
Well, you,
But the thing that killed me is people need to really bring that back up, though.
Yeah.
But you also got to be trustworthy of people that you around.
Yeah,
Yep.
we have to have
You know
that.
what I mean?
That's why the Bible said we have to have a standard.
Yeah.
right? So he said that we used to be tender towards each other, right?
And very delicate.
Right.
His eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
So since we're not worshiping God, right? These curses are upon us as a sign and a wonder, and we're going to have an evil eye towards each other.
Yeah. Like, we ain't, it's like, what was that quote? We ain't nobody brothers keepers no more. Not at all.
Nah.
And that's the crazy thing. Like, we got to be brothers
Yo,
keepers.
we don't care. If they see your eye, man, they don't care. Before they see you with your son, I mean, they see you with your mom, they be like, I'm going to give you a G-Pass.
Yeah.
I mean, you lucky you got your son with you.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they'll smoke you in front of your son, they'll smoke your son, your grandma,
And
all
it's
of them with
crazy
you.
It's crazy how this world is going to. But, I mean, for me, like I said, I see this shit happen, bro. It's just liable to me. I keep stepping because I got shit I got to do. I got people that want to see me as y'all, raise people up. So
Mhm.
it's like, I understand it's out here. I see it's out here, and I just got to move. You just got to move accordingly, really.
Right, so I'm not. Let's say that I'm not telling you what Israelite. Let's just by reading this, right? Who does this sound like?
It sounds like, really.
It sound like us because we all going
It
through
sound
this.
like us,
Yeah, right. We fill up the prisons together and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Don't get me started with prisons.
Right.
Lord.
That's in here too.
Don't get me started with that.
Right. So watch this. It said we have an evil eye towards each other. We can't even look at each other wrong because we'll kill each other. Right. We killing each other over words and looks out here.
Words, looks, money, faint, all that.
Females, right?
Yeah, exactly. That
Right.
too, and that's the craziest part.
Keep going.
And towards the wife of his bosom.
So we're gonna have an evil eye towards our woman, right? We'll train a so-called black and Hispanic woman, but we'll walk around with the white woman like she a trophy. Right? You see that? Right? We're gonna have the evil eye towards our woman, and what else?
and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
So that means the fathers is going to be leaving their children, fatherless households. So we got black on black, Hispanic on Hispanic crime. So we go Israelite on Israelite crime. Right. You don't see that. You see that happen on white people. They're going to shoot up the church. They'll shoot up the school.
They just
right?
shot up somebody just shot up a whole damn market for no reason.
You know what I mean?
I get
But that's just a profane wickedness because they the border of wickedness. I mean, we don't do that to other people. Right? We do this to each other. Right? We hate our own
That's
people,
the
man.
wildest part. That's the wildest part. That's the part I really don't get. That's the part that really messes
Because
me
they
up.
trained
That's
us.
the training.
They trained us this way. They used to have us. They used to put us in a room and they used to say, "Fight to you death, fight to the death, and whoever gets to have a steak, a bloody steak,
Yeah, that's how it works.
and a woman for the night."
Yep.
They taught us how to hate each other. They painted this white Jesus, white angels. They glorified, made them look like a standard of the earth.
And they ain't.
Right?
So I get you.
But they not though, right? But they made themselves look like that, so we can look at them like they're the standard. Right?
Exactly.
So the whole thing is, the Israelites, these are the curses that's only on the Israelites. You might have individuals from certain people, but as a whole,
As a whole, yeah, no.
it only fits us, bro.
42 and 22. What's that? Okay, yeah, bring that out.
Verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
How did we get scattered among all people? Through slavery, the transatlantic slave trade. They
That's it.
sold us in every
Also,
nation.
Shadow moved us around too.
Yeah, chattel slavery. Yeah,
moved us around
right.
too.
We got sold. This is how we got scattered, right? This didn't happen in no other nation. There was no other nation on this earth that was considered a property and not a people.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Keep going.
It says, scattered thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other
We're
gods.
not going to be serving the God of this Bible, the one that promised us that this shit was going to happen to you if you disobey me. We're going to be serving other gods.
which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
What is it?
Even wood and stone.
What's the two biggest religions out here in the world?
Christianity.
And Islam. Right? So he said that we're going to be serving other gods, even wood and stone. This is a curse that we follow because we're trying to find the right way. What is the truth? What is my path? What is my purpose? So we're trying to find and dibble and dabble to trying to find the truth. You know what I mean? But this truth been on grandma's nightstand our whole life, man. Collecting dust, right? Let me get Isaiah 42. Matter of fact, let me get 68. Watch this.
Watch this. All right. It's the last one. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
What was we doing in Egypt?
Oh man, it's a lot.
We were slaves in Egypt,
Slaves though.
right? Moses came and said, let my people go.
Let my people be free here.
Yeah, right? So we were slaves in Egypt. Every captivity we went through, it was synonymous with Egypt. This is a place of bondage.
But the thing that kills me is every part of history we've been slaves. Even
Even till today. Why? Because it says it's going to be upon thy and thy seed forever.
Yeah.
As long as we being disobedient.
The thing, and then I get that a lot. But the thing is, where do we even start?
I got you where we started. Right? Keep going.
It says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Right? He's going to bring us into slavery again.
With ships.
With ships. Right? How did you get over here? Your forefathers got you over here on ships, right? And guess what? They sent us to the Europe. They sent the Native Indians. They scattered us everywhere through ships, right? Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more
He
again.
said we wasn't going to see the physical Egypt again, but we was going to go to another Egypt again on ships, right?
And there ye shall be
We was
sold
going to be sold, right?
unto our enemies.
To our enemies, man. We got sold to every nation on this earth. So guess what? They are enemies, man. Keep going.
For bondmen
We was going to be slave men,
and bondwomen,
slave women.
and no man shall buy you.
No man was going to redeem us. Why? Because Martin Luther King tried to do it. He said that I led my people into a burning house.
Yeah, Martin Luther King tried to do it.
Malcolm X, you had all these activists, Latin activists,
Yep.
right? You had so-called Negro activists, right? Trying to get us out of this oppression. Go to Isaiah 42 and 22 real quick.
Isaiah 42 and 22.
Watch this.
This is
us.
Isaiah 42 and 22. But this is a people robbed and
We
spoiled.
got robbed for our nationality, robbed for our land, robbed for our resources. We got stripped of everything, right? We are robbed and spoiled. Keep going.
And they are all of them snared in holes.
So another word for snare is a trap, right? We are in a trap, and we glorify this trap, right? Right? Keep going.
And they are hid in prison
It
houses.
said they is hid in prison houses, man. Blacks and Hispanics fill the prison houses. They taking recreation centers. They knocking down schools and they building prisons, man. Right? Keep going.
They are for a prey and for a spoil,
Right.
and none saith
Ain't
restore.
nobody restoring us. The Chinese don't be like, hey, what about the blacks and Hispanics over there? Stop doing that to them. The Arabs ain't coming over here and standing up. The Ukrainians want us to pray for them, right? But guess what? They ain't praying for us.
Right.
Right? Everybody want us to do something. Everybody look up to us, man. Everybody want to be us until it's time to be us.
Everybody, no, I got you. Everybody look up to us and strip us of what we is, but as soon as it's time to put that on,
Right. They don't want
They
it.
don't want to
Right.
wear it. They don't want to wear it.
Right.
Right? Now let's show, because you said, how do we get out of this? Deuteronomy 30.
God. Deuteronomy 30. And it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee,
Right.
the blessing and the curse.
So if we listen, we get blessed. That happened in the times of King David, Solomon, and all that. We listened, we was blessed. Now we live in these curses due to our disobedience. Keep going.
Which I have set before thee,
Uh-huh.
and thou shalt call them to mind
If we have to call it to mind, that means we forgot it. We're going to call it to mind. Where at?
among all the nations, whither the Lord thy God have driven thee.
Right? We're going to remember who he is. We remember, man, we ain't the only one standing up here and standing up for the Most High. And remember, you go to 10th and Market, you go to 69th and Market, right? Everywhere in Chicago and Atlanta and Orlando, we standing up, man. We know who we are. and we teaching our people how to get out of the situation. Keep going.
It says, and shalt return unto the Lord thy
And
God.
that's what you see us doing. We're returning unto the Most High. We're wearing our fringes. We're growing our beards out. We're not looking at our brothers' wives. We don't hate our people no more, man. Right?
Hold on, shall call them to mind among all the nations whither the Lord thy God have driven thee, and shall return unto the Lord thy God, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day.
So we're going to return back and start keeping these laws of God again. We're going to start keeping the commandments. This is a prophecy that was written thousands of years ago in the time of Moses that said this was going to happen. Keep going.
Thou and thy children with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
So we're going to teach our children. Our children are going to know the commandments. Our children are not going to be celebrating their birthday, Christmas, Thanksgiving, 4th of July. Right? It's a bunch of lies, man. And all that God is serving other gods unknowingly. Right? Keep going.
And if we do all these things, right, that then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity.
So once we come back to the commandments and teach our children to come back to the Most High, then he's going to turn our captivity. Keep going.
And have compassion upon thee.
Right?
And will return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee.
Right? It's going to be a so-called black man cracking in the sky, man. He's going to gather us from all these nations that the Lord scattered us. Keep going.
If any of thy be driven out unto the utmost parts of heaven.
Right, because you got blacks in India being oppressed, you got blacks in China being oppressed, right? You got native Indians over there in Spain getting oppressed, right? Keep going.
From thence will the Lord thy God gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee.
Right.
And the Lord thy God will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed.
Right, and what the prayer say? It says, Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. This kingdom is going to be here on earth, man. Right? So he said he was going to bring us back to the land of our forefathers. That's going to be our heaven. That's us being in rulership. Go ahead.
And thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good, and multiply thee above thy fathers.
He's going to multiply us above Moses, above Abraham, above Joseph. Right, above our forefathers. Keep going.
And the Lord thy God will circumcise thy heart, and the heart of thy seed.
Right, we're going to not sin no more. It's going to be the new covenant. Keep going.
To love the Lord thy God with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live.
Right, because we're not living out here, man. We are the walking dead out here, man. Keep going.
And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thy enemies.
Who's our enemies? Everybody, man. Everybody had a crafty counsel against us so that we can forget who we are, so we can be far from the Most High, so that they can continue to be over us. So once we come back to the Most High, he's going to lift these curses off of us. He's going to put them upon our enemies. Guess what? They're going to have our last names, right? They're going to live in the ghetto, man. They're going to be on welfare in Section 8, man. These curses going to be upon our enemies. They kids going to get shot on a bike with a straight bullet in the neighborhood, man. Right, that's what these curses being upon them going to be, right? What? Keep going. Oh no, matter of fact, go ahead. You bring that up.
Psalms 83 from the top. Keep not thy silence, O God.
Right.
Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God.
Right, and they'll say God loves everybody. Right, how God love everybody when he's saving a particular group of people. And he's going to put the curses that these people are living in onto everybody else. Right, this is the God of Israel, man. This is the God of the Israelites. Why? Because the Chinese got Buddha, right? The Arabs got Allah. They can't be serving the same God because it's contrary to what the Bible says. Right? The Quran says you can eat pork if you're forced to. The Bible says you die before you eat pork. You know what I mean? Stand for the Most High. You know what I mean? He said, don't be scared of man that can take your life and your body. Be scared of the one that can take your body and your spirit. Right? Keep going.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
Right? They come together, right?
They that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Right? Everybody that hate us, right? The Chinese, they look above you. The Arabs look above you. The white man look above you. Guess what? Our women look above the men, man.
Right.
Right? Our black and Hispanic women look above us when they are really our helpmeet, man. Right? They supposed to be submissive to us like how we submissive to the Most High. Right? Keep going.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Crafty counsel. They came together and it was we got to talk about these niggas as sticks, man. They too powerful, man. If we don't do something about them, we don't put pork in all their food, man. If we don't give them a cross and a stone to worship, then they're gonna always be over us. So we got to come together. We got to do something about this. This is that crafty counsel. They put the Chinese open up corners, right, stores on everything. They selling us rats. You think that General Tso's chicken is chicken? Right? You got the Arabs opening up hookah lounges and selling our kids cigarettes.
That's supposed to be haram.
Right?
You don't see them smoking it like that, but they sell it to us.
You can have a kufi on there walking, they'll sell you a Lucy. Right? Keep going.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
right,
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Right.
They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation.
We got to cut them off, man. We got to separate them. The blacks can't be with the blacks, but the blacks can't be with the Jamaicans and the Haitians and the Puerto Ricans. We got to make them all different people. And we got to make them hate each other, man. Right? There's going to be an evil eye towards all of them, amongst all their brethren. Right? Keep going.
Cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel,
right,
may be no more in remembrance.
Right? The name of Israel ain't no more in remembrance. How was them Jewish people the real Jews when the real Jews was in slavery in Egypt building pyramids and the white man can't stand in the sun without sunblock, without dying from skin cancer, man? How can they be the real Jews, man?
Right.
But guess what? We don't call ourselves Jews. Let me get Hosea 4:6. Matter of fact, Isaiah 1:3.
It's Isaiah 1:3. The ox knoweth his owner,
right,
and the ass his master's crib.
So a cow knows who he belongs to, right? And a donkey know who he belongs to, right?
But Israel doeth not know.
We don't even know who we are, man. We don't even know where we come from. How can you know where you at if you don't know where you came from? How can you know where you going if you don't know where you came from and where you at? Right? Keep
and
going.
my people doeth not consider.
Our people don't even consider being the Israelites. Our people don't even consider being God's chosen people, man. And we the ones going through everything God said that the Israelites will be going through. Our people don't even consider, man. Right? This morning? Yeah, let me get that. Keep going.
Ah, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity. A seed of evildoers.
Right, our people are seed of evildoers, man. Before we sell drugs and all that. Go ahead, keep going.
Children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are going away backwards.
Right, let me get Isaiah 51:20. We going away backwards, man. The white man brought homosexuality, bestiality, and necrophilia over here to the Americas. Right, we didn't even have pigs in the Americas, and he brought that shit over here, man. Right? And here our people want to be homosexuals, man. We'll be celebrating a Pride Month. Right? And ain't no pride in us, man. What we got pride in, man? Right? Being a bunch of homeborn slaves? Right? Let me get that.
This is Isaiah 51:20. Thy sons have fainted.
Right? Our sons, they sleep, man. Oh, we sleep, we not woke out here, right? Keep going.
They lie at the head of all the streets.
What's the head of the street? The corner. Right? Who's lying at the head of all the corners? Negroes and Latinos selling drugs, right? Go ahead.
As a wild bull in the net.
What we say when we see our people acting crazy? Yo, that's a wild bull. Right? You see who wrote this Bible, man? This our ancestors, man. They on the corners like a wild bull in the what?
In a net.
In a trap.
Right.
We on the corners like wild bulls in the trap. Right? Go ahead.
They are full of the fury of the Lord.
Right,
the rebuke of thy God.
Why? Because we destroying each other, man. We killing each other. We out here looking at another man, female's ass. Right? We like, come here. I don't care about that nigga, man. Come here. I mean, I'll show you something different. Right? We have no respect for each other, man.
Hopefully you figure it out. I appreciate this. This is how
I wish I had a flyer, man. My bro ain't out here, but we out here. I mean, you got.
Yeah, I got one. I'll follow down.
All praise to the Most High.
Is it coming? The road flies?
Probably. He do, but it's probably gonna rain, so he probably not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I wouldn't risk it.
It's gonna rain.
I don't know, but you heard.
All we really out here doing is talking about the uplifting of our people, how we need to come back to each other, showing them who they are.
Let me get Jeremiah 18:17. watch this.
Jeremiah 18 and 17.
Right?
I will scatter them as with an east wind.
So if a wind is coming from the east, it's blowing west. So if whether we was in Israel, we went west. Israel is like center between Asia and Africa. It's like center of the earth. If we're going west, you'll be going to West Africa, and after that, you'll be going to America, right? Keep going.
I will scatter them with an east wind before the enemy. I will show them the back and not the face in the day of their calamity.
Right, in the times of our troubles, man, the Most High turned his back on us. Why? Because we turned our back on him. Right? Let me get Zechariah 2 and 6.
Zechariah 2 and verse 6. Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north.
Right, this is future prophecy. It's telling the Israelites to flee from the land of the north. If you read, understanding the history of this Bible, we came out of Egypt, the northern kingdom, 10 tribes went into the Assyrian captivity, and then we can prove that they came over here to the Americas with prophecy of the Bible. Then you had the southern kingdom, which is the entirety of the Bible is about. Most of the Bible is about the Jews, about your ancestors, right? So he's saying, lo, what?
Lo, come forth and flee from the land of the north.
Right, the land of the north is talking about North America, right? Keep going.
Saith the Lord, for I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heavens, saith the Lord. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwelleth with the daughter of Babylon.
Right, it's talking about a daughter of Babylon. We're going to be dwelling in the captivity that's a daughter of Babylon. Now, the captivities we was in was the Egyptian captivity, Assyrian, Babylonian, Persian Medes, the Greek, and the Roman captivity, and this Roman 2.0, the daughter of Babylon. Right, this new Sodom and Gomorrah, this spiritual Egypt. Right, keep going. Matter of fact, let me get Jeremiah 3 and 18. So you see the land of the north being synonymous with this daughter of Babylon. Right.
Jeremiah 3 and 18. It says, in those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel.
We didn't walk with each other since Solomon, right? We got split up. The kingdom got split up. We got sent captivity. We didn't walk with each other again. So this is a prophecy. We're going to, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, the native Indians and the blacks going to be walking together again, right?
In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel,
right,
and they shall come together out of the land of the north.
We're going to come together out of this land of the north, right?
To the land that I have given for an inheritance unto your fathers.
All right, let me get you one more. I know you probably, you gotta go, but let me get you one more. Jeremiah 50 and 33. So we see that we're going to be gathered together out of this land of the north, back into the land of our fathers. And how we get into that land of our fathers is by coming back to these commandments, showing our children that we're going to be given this inheritance again, right?
Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
So that means the Negroes and the Latinos and the Native Indians will be oppressed together, right?
And all that took them captives held them fast.
Right, all of our captives held us fast, and what they do?
And refused to let them go.
Right, you no longer slaves no more, but you got your slave master last name. You still got to pay taxes to the same people that raped, robbed, and murdered you. You got to go to them for water, food, clothing, housing, loans, right, for permission to do everything, right? We still slaves. They don't want to let us go. Why? Because we the biggest consumers in this world. Man.
Right.
We spend the most money. Without us, there is no salt on this earth. Man.
Right.
Right, go ahead.
It says, their Redeemer is strong. The Lord of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause.
The Most High going to send his son. He's going to plead our cause, man. He's going to plead with bloodshed.
Right.
Go ahead.
That he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of
We're
Babylon.
going to disquiet these people, man, these European Caucasians. Why? Because we ain't even got an army, King. We're the only nation of people that don't even got an army to stand up and fight for us. Right? It's going to be a miracle when they see us and rule this shit, man. Let me get Isaiah 14 and 2.
This is Isaiah 14 and 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Right.
And the house of Israel shall possess them.
Right. We're going to be possessing a people
in the land of the
the
Lord.
land of the Lord and the inheritance of our fathers, right?
For servants.
They're going to be servants.
And handmaids.
These nations are going to be slaves. Ain't that justice? Don't that what justice sound like? We had to build your cities, now build my city, right? Keep Keep going.
And they shall take them captive.
Right.
Whose captives they were.
Right.
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
What's that looking like, King? That's looking like us. Us being in rulership, man. Us being the slave masters of these other nations. Let me get double the cup. Matter of fact, let me get Isaiah. Let me get Psalms 137 and 7.
Psalms
137 and 7.
Psalms 137, verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom.
The children of Edom are the so-called white man, woman, and child, right? Keep going.
In the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, raise it.
Right, they destroyed our temple in 70 AD. You ran from Jerusalem. Your forefathers ran from Jerusalem to the western shores of Africa. That's why you were in the western shores of Africa. Then they gathered you there. The Africans sold you to the white man, right? Because Matumbo and Jordan is two different people, right? Just because you skin folk don't make you kinfolk. Because the East Indian is as dark as you, but that don't make them your people, right? So, say it again.
It said, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom,
Right.
in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
Right.
O daughter of Babylon,
Right, oh daughter of Babylon, right?
who are to be destroyed.
Right, so we're going to see the daughter of Babylon being synonymous with Edom, right? So this is the last captivity. So guess what? It's the white man that's going to be ruling in this last. We see them ruling in this last captivity, right? Keep going.
Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee, as thou hast served us.
Right, how they serve us. They cut our babies out. They slammed their heads on the rock. They hung us on trees. They whipped our backs, right? These are the things that they did to us. Said, happy shall he that reward thee that have rewarded us, right? Keep going.
Happy shall he be that taketh and dashes thy little ones against stones.
That's what the Most High God said, man. He said, happy shall we be that dashed their children on the stone. Just like how they did us. Let me get Revelation 18:6. How you feel about that? How you feel about that?
Sure. Taking it all in, man.
This is the God of the Bible, man. Why Christianity ain't teaching us this? They must have missed that. They read one scripture.
whitewashed it.
Yeah, they whitewashed this, man. Exactly. Go ahead.
Revelation 18:16, and saying,
18:6.
18:6. It says, reward her, even as she rewarded you.
Right, reward her, Babylon. We're going to reward her as she rewarded us, right?
And double unto her double according to her works.
Right.
In the cup which she had filled, fill her
We'll
double.
give her double, man. Guess what? The Most High got every captivity we went to was due to our own, because of our disobedience. The Europeans overdid it to us, man. Overdid it to us, man. So he's saying double to them what they doubled to us. They gave us 500 years of slavery. So guess what? They're going to have to serve 1,000 years of slavery, man.
Right.
And then they're going to get exterminated. Let me get Obadiah 1:18.
It's Obadiah. It's Obadiah 1:18. It says, in the house of Jacob shall be a fire.
Right? You're the house of Jacob, the Judas, right?
In the house of Joseph a flame.
Right. The northern kingdom is the house of Joseph. So you're going to be a fire, and the northern kingdom going to be a flame, right?
In the house of Esau
The white man.
for stubble.
They're going to be stubborn. They're going to be the coal, man. They're going to be the fire that's lighting this. They're going to be the wood that got this fire going, right?
And they shall kindle in
We're
them
going to kindle in these Edomites, these European Caucasians, right?
and devour them.
Uh-huh.
And they shall not be any remain of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath
There
spoken.
ain't gonna be not one of them left. We're gonna have our children in the kingdom. We're gonna be talking about these white people that used to walk the earth, and our children gonna be like, hey, what you talking about? You know what I mean? Who are these white people? You ain't gonna see them no more, man. And so eventually they ain't gonna be remembered no more, man.
True. That's true.
And that's justice, man, for all the things that they did to us, man. Because this justice here, it's just them, right? It's just us. Nobody give a fuck about us, man. You know what I mean? So this is what we out here teaching, and we got to come back to the Most High, man, because He got promises for us. And if He's giving us these promises, He promised that if we don't listen, these things was going to happen to us, and it's happening to us. You know what I mean? So why not get us a shot? Let's get us a shot. Let's keep these commandments all willing, man. This God is real, because we strongly believe in this thing, man.
Says,
Yeah, bring it up.
Revelation 2:26. and he that overcometh and keep my works unto the end, to him I will give power over the nations.
So we got to overcome this, man. We got to endure this thing to the end because it's going to be famine. It's going to be no food soon, right? You know what's going on with this latex chemical that's in the waters in Philly and all over Ohio and all that, right? It's a forever chemical, they calling it, right? A forever chemical where they can't even, it's going to affect the fish. It's already affecting them. You got this nuclear waste spilling in Japan into the waters. Man, this shit is destroyed, man. You got fucking smoke coming over here from Canada, right? But, right, they say it's smoke from Canada, right? But why, when California got wildfires, why Arizona don't see the smoke? Right? Why Texas don't see they smoke? Right? That shit ain't real. That shit ain't real what they telling us, man. They destroying us, King.
Yeah, they doing something.
Right? The dollar dropping. World War III coming.
Sure.
Right? What's gonna happen when this dollar drop? They gonna make this digital currency? They gonna put this.
What they say? The dollar dropped. A bunch of nations is picking up. What is it called? Like it's called something. But I know it's called BRICS.
The British, Russia, India, and China. They all coming together, man.
They going against America on that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but that's the wild thing about it.
North Korea?
It's
You see North Korea? Yo, you're the big bad bully, man. America is the big bad bully, and they gonna take care of this bully, man. The Most High gonna do it. We ain't gotta lift a finger, King. All we gotta do is come back to the Most High God and His obedience. And He gonna send these angels and these spirits to go into these people, man, to get them to destroy each other. A nation divided cannot stand, man.
Yeah, no. This nation ain't even divided. This
A
shit on
white man is
this shit on
divided.
toothpicks.
Yeah, this shit, yeah,
This shit on
exactly. It's worse than divided.
I
man.
appreciate y'all.
Yo, I love you, King. All praise to the Most High, man. Salakia for that. Yo, we out here Sunday, 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, man. Lord willing, I'll see you again. I love you, King. All
All right,
praise
bro,
to the
love you,
Most
bro.
High, man.